What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full baby water Pokemon team. The dab, this one is for you. So we're doing a little mini-series here of using baby Pokemon of every single type. There's a lot of different water Pokemon that are the baby level, so there are 6 randomly chosen Pokemon from all the ones that are available. And I wanted to see what movesets and what battles I could get with this team. Now, a little announcement, people. Tonight, I will be starting my Pokemon Stadium 2 actually playthrough for the very first time on stream. So that'll be up a little bit later. I'll be starting that, and I'll be playing that, pretty much almost every day. So I hope you're going to be there to come and watch. It's going to be so much fun. Let's get into our first battle here. We got a Surskit lead. This is a battle against Dalvor, and we have a little Chewtle here as our first Pokemon. Now, this Chewtle actually really worked well. A lot of the times, it just hit so hard and gave me a very nice advantage in lots of different battles. So, Surskit is going to swap out with an eject button. I don't know how it even lived that. And we got the Zoroark coming in, dropping my attack and doing a lot of damage with the Bitter Malice. So, go for another attacking move, and the Zoroark managed to live this. This little Chewtle, EVs, was max health and max attack. It had a Choice Band and Strong Jaw, too. I had the moves Jaw Lock, Ice Fang, Liquidation, and Stomping Tantrum. I was surprised both of those Pokemon actually lived. So I'm going to bring in my own Surskit here, which has a Focus Sash, and I also want to put Sticky Whip on the field too to try and counter the opposing Surskit. Surskit is a pretty interesting Pokemon for sure. I've been trying to work on a Surskit sweep, as well as many other Pokemon sweeps as well. Yes, they are coming back. I'm guessing they're probably going to come back around next month when the DLC comes out. I'll start doing some of them then. I've been very busy with the stuff. Anyway, we're going to bring in the Psyduck there. Now, this Psyduck is a special attack. So we've got Rain Dance and Swift Swim as the ability. Focus Sash is the item. Hydro Pump, Blizzard, and Psychic. Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, and we've got Max Speed. Because with that Swift Swim happening, it actually is a very fast Pokemon. On the Surskit, I had the EV spreaders, same thing actually, Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Modest Nature, Swift Swim 2, Sticky Web, Rain Dance, Bug Buzz, and the Mighty Mud Slap. In comes Cacnea, and Cacnea is going to be able to take that Psychic really well. I was a little bit worried here that I'd missed the Blizzard, but thank goodness it landed, and that is the end of the Cacnea. Cacnea's actually got a very good shiny. Really nice. It actually suits it. As well as Cacturn too, looking like a scarecrow. So here comes the Surskit. Now, Surskit is going to get the Sticky Web. However, it's going to outspeed me under the, obviously we're both Swift Swim Pokemon, and it's going to get rid of the rain, which is going to be a pain, and it's going to set up the sun. So that is the end of the little Surskit. I don't think it had many attacking moves, or if any, really, to do much damage. Next Pokemon is Squiggly. It's a Tynamo. So Tynamo is going to come in. This is a threat, and it's going to take me out with a Spark. I need to get rid of this thing. So it's got Life Orb, Spark, only on PIMPNITE Channel. Next Pokemon is going to be a Buizel. So this Buizel, let me bring this up. We got Bulk Up, Wave Crash, Ice Spinner, and Terra Blast Ground. Ability is also Swift Swim. A lot of these Pokemon had Swift Swim, which is very handy. And I gave it the item Expert Belt. Max Attack and Max Speed, Adamant Nature. So I really had to go for a Terra here. Otherwise, I was going to get swept by a Tynamo, and I would have been roasted for the rest of my life there. Speaking of which, I'm thinking about getting that Tynamo team happening soon. It's a really cool Pokemon. So next is Buizel, Terra Ground. I lived that Spark, obviously, because I'm a Ground type. It's going to do nothing. And now I'm going to go for a Wave Crash. Now, this will do a lot of damage, but it just wasn't quite enough to actually take it out. Now the Tynamo is going to swap out. Its move pool, I know, is very limited because I've done a Tynamo sweep before. And yeah, it's extremely limited, so I did definitely expect the swap. And in comes the Slowpoke. So I still can go for Terra Blast Ground here. Ice Spinner's going to do donkeys, right? Now, if you enjoy the videos, people, and you want to support the channel, make sure you do hit that like button. It helps out so much there, and it makes some of my videos appear in your recommended and all those, 1,000 hoops you're going to jump through on YouTube. So we got this Slowpoke going for a trick here. It's going to go and swap items, giving me a ring target. I was like, wait, that means the Tynamo can go for electric moves on my ground type now, my ground type Terra. That's actually That's actually pretty smart and I guess very, very situational too. The Slowpoke actually got my expert belt, but I don't know if it has any water type moves or not. So it's going to go for a Yawn here. So clearly it's like, I guess it's sort of like a support style Pokemon. So I swapped out the Buizel and went into my Finneon. Finneon's not a Pokemon you see very often. And this set, let me bring it up real quick, is a Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Terra Blast, Ground as well, and Agility. This has Storm Drain as the ability, which is cool, and we got Everlight as the item. But what do you think? Would you like to see a mini-series here over, I guess, over the course of the next few months, I'd say, of all the types of baby Pokemon? Like, we've done water today, so next time we could do electric, and then grass, and then fire, stuff like that, so we could go through all the little types. I think that'd be quite interesting, like just randomly pick like 6 of them or whatever. So in comes the Dynamo here. My Finneon is asleep and it is going to be fainting. Now, I was thinking to myself here, if I didn't actually faint this just with the recall from the Life Orb, I think I might have lost it, because that would have actually landed on my Buizel too and easily taken it out. So that is the end of the Dynamo. The massive threat is now gone, and we're going to send in Barboach. Oh, I still had Barboach. This is a Water Ground type, which is quite good for this team. We've got Weakness Policy, Oblivious, Dragon Dance, Endure, Earthquake, and Waterfall. Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. And this is just a Dragon Dance sweeper. Now, we got this Dunsparce here, which probably most definitely is an Everlight set, which makes it very, very bulky. Also, if you didn't check out the Pokemon News Presents the other day, I did do a stream on it, but what do you think about the new Pokemon News? Do you like the new Pokemon shown? Like, what do you think about it? How about that Raikou, right? Oh, that was an interesting one for sure. That definitely made me laugh. So, just for anyone that doesn't know yet, the DLC will be released next month in September. And that is going to be, what was it, the 13th? I believe it's the 13th. Yeah, the 13th of September. So I'll be doing as soon as that comes out, I'll be doing a live stream straight away, and that's going to be lots of fun. We'll go over all the DLC and all the new Pokemon and stuff like that. So it should be really, really good. Anyway, we got a baton passing Dunsparce, actually passing some speed off there into the Zoro, which only has a little bit of health left here. I actually really like Barboach's shiny. It looks really, really good compared to like Whiscash, which is unfortunately quite a plain, boring shiny. So we got a Terraghost Zoroark. Now, there's probably not a chance I can live this with Barboach, so I'm hoping Buizel can sort of take lead here. So I'm going to be asleep here thanks to the Yawn. Here comes a Terra Bit of Malice, and Barboach obviously is going to get one shot of it. I didn't really want to put like Focus Sash on too many of my Pokemon either, in case I come across any stealth strike using spikes and things like that. So swapping my last Pokemon in, which is going to be the Buizel. We're going to take that Sticky Web drop as well. I mean, we both are. I outspeed the Zoroark, and I managed to get a Terra Blast Ground off here. It's only got a little bit of health, and that is enough to take out Zoro, which is great. So all that's left now is the Dunsparce. Now, this Dunsparce it actually hadn't shown any attacking moves yet. So it had like Baton Pass and Agility. So I was kind of curious. It's probably got some sort of normal type move, right? So I was like, well, I'll go for Bulk Up here, because let's face it, if it's got Everlight, it is going to be quite tanky. So I've got that boost up and attack. It's going to throw up a Subgen, right? Oh, it doesn't have Everlight. It's a weird. I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't have any attacking moves at all. I'm not really sure. But I've got +1 up and attack now. So without an Everlight, there is no way it's going to be able to live a Terra Blast or a Wave Crash the next turn. So breaking that sub, trying to get that dub. That's the end of the sub, which is great. So I've got that +1 there working nicely. And now the Dunsparce is going to be going for Agility. So it turns out the Dunsparce was only a pure baton passing Pokemon. I'm going to go for Wave Crash, or they cancel the battle there. So it doesn't really matter. That would have been a game anyway. Take you with the battle, and I hope you enjoyed that first one there. That Buizel was really, really helpful in that battle for sure. Second battle here. This one is against Turok. That reminds me of Turok Dinosaur Hunter. That was a really cool game, the OG one. So we got a Chewtle lead. Oh, another trick or switcheroo. Now, Chewtle was going to swap our items around. I got a Choice Band. That's cruel, because I actually went for a Mud Slap this time. So Mud Slap, Choice Band, only on Pit 1 Shadow. Now, however, it was good damage there. Very good damage. Now it's going to unload a Gunk Shot and Surskit is going to faint there. It was very, very sad there. Surskit tried its very best. Next Pokemon is going to be a Buizel. I do like how you can see the actual, I guess, on Buizel, like the effects there. Looks quite nice. But some Pokemon don't. It's funny, this game has like some Pokemon that look good, the textures and stuff like that, but some just don't look any good. I don't know. I think it might be the lighting or whatever. I think Pokemon with like fur or hair can look like quite good. The texture suits it, you know, that more dull, saturated kind of effect on it. Anyway, so in comes a Tandem Mouse, and it is going to be one-shotting me there with a couple of bullet seeds, so it only took 2 of them. We're going to go into Chewtle now. I'm a little bit worried about this because this Pokemon is actually pretty good against my team. I'm going to get critted there by a bullet seed. Now, I managed to live 2, which is pretty cool. That was the 3rd. I'm like, yep, I'm going to live 5, even if it hits me like 5 times in a row. It hit me 4 times. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well, if it critted me on that one, I probably would have lost. So I went for the Jaw Lock, and that is the end of the Tandem Mouse. Little Tandem Mouse there. I don't know whether that was a... I'm not sure whether that was a... Could have been... I'd say it probably would have been loaded dice. So that's going to be the end of the Charker. Then it comes in and got just dropped. I guess they were expecting me probably to not one-shot it, but that Choice Band really did like a good number on it. So in comes Gimmighoul here. Gimmighoul is going to go for a nasty plot. I'm going to go for Jaw Lock once again. I'm locked into it, and it's got a Focus Sash. I'm like, well, that's going to activate its Rattle ability because I've done a Gimmighoul sweep before, and I use this pretty much the same strategy here. Now, the thing about Gimmighoul, it's only got 10 base and speed, so it's terrible. You need so many like speed boosts there. Next Pokemon is Psyduck. I need to make sure I bring in a fast Pokemon too. It's going to pop an Endure. This is virtually the same strategy as I did on my Gimmighoul Suite. If you haven't seen the Gimmighoul Suite, it's really, really cool. You should definitely check it out. And the thing about Endure, it's quite good to scout out moves and say if the opponent does use a move to activate the Rattled ability, it'll work there. But I had no moves on my Psyduck to even activate that. So bye-bye Gimmighoul. Next Pokemon is Little Frigibax. I'm going to go for Psychic. It's probably the best move I can do here at the moment. It's about a 2 to 3 hit KO. It's going to hit me with a Crunch. I managed to live that. Actually, we almost did the same amount of damage to each other when you look at it. Frigibax lives on 1 health there. I guess they went for their Ice Fang because I thought, well, I'm not going to faint with Crunch, so I'll try and go for a Freeze Act. It didn't happen, but it still did a pretty good amount of damage there. So that's the end of the Frigibax. Last Pokemon is Chewtle. So Chewtle is going to be their, I know they said their Dynamax Pokemon there, their Terra Pokemon. And that is probably going to be extremely bulky because it's going to be an Ice Terra. So I'm expecting definitely Snow to happen there. So I can go for Hydro Pump. That should do some good damage. Hydro Pump does not miss, but Chewtle actually takes that very, very well. It's quite impressive how well that actually took it. So the Snow is now up on Chewtle. I was like, well, I might get outsped. Wait, I should get outsped, but I don't. So I went for Psychic this time because I just want to get like some damage. And now Chewtle is going to go for a Bounce here. So it's a physical set. I thought a good idea would actually be to get rid of the Snow and set the Rain up again in case Bounce actually missed. And Bounce is going to land, and that is the end of my setup. That's okay. Taking away the Snow, it makes the Chewtle less bulky. So we're going to bring in the big bad Barboach here, and I'm just going to go for a... Oh, what about Terra I've got on this? I've got Terra Water. So Terra Water on Barboach. I actually forgot to say my Terra. So I said Terra Ground on Finneon, Terra Water on Psyduck, Terra Ground on Buizel, and Terra Bug on Surskit. I think I said some of them. Anyway, I'm going to be outspeeding there and go for the Terra Waterfall on Chewtle, and that is going to be enough to faint it, which is very, very nice. Maybe with that Snow up, it might have been able to live that. Oh, it did like a little front flip as well. That was pretty cool. Thank you, Torok, for the battle there. And let's get on to the third and final battle for today's video. This one is against Shuku, and we actually have a team here as well. First Pokemon is going to be Hypno. Now, I believe I may have versed a team like is very, very similar, some similar Pokemon or almost the same Pokemon, but I think there might be a couple of things different. So we got a Hypno lead here. It's going to go, wow, that's 3 battles. Matter of fact, that's 3 battles where we've had a trick or switcheroo. I got TM69. How about that? So I got TM69. That's going to be so handy. And I'm going to put the Sticky Web onto the field. Now the Hypno is going to go for Encore. So Encore is actually going to lock me into using Sticky Web, so I can't use any attacking moves. It's going to force me to actually swap out here. So imagine if you could lay multiple Sticky Webs onto the field. That'd be absolutely crazy. So swapping out the Surskit now and going into Psyduck. So Psyduck is going to, I reckon, maybe a 3-hit KO with Hydro Pump. I mean, Hypno's got pretty good, special. So I know that I can outspeed. I was like, well, I'll get some damage to Hydro Pump and then I'll let the Psyduck go faint. However, they swapped out the Hypno and went into another Pokemon, which is going to be Muck. I'm like, oh, well, Muck's probably going to take this reasonably well too, because it's quite a tanky Pokemon. So going for Hydro Pump here, I guess the Muck went right at its mouth, and I got a very, very lucky critical hit there. So that should have done maybe just under, I'd say like maybe a little bit over a quarter. Now what I can do is go for a Psychic, and Muck was actually in KO range for me to take out there. So that was very, very lucky getting that crit. I feel like Psychic probably wouldn't have fainted if I didn't get a crit. Next Pokemon is Gengar called Lavender Town. I'm going to ask this. Did Lavender Town music scare you when you first, or when you were like a smaller child? Did it freak you out or not? Like, or was it you just didn't, you weren't really phased by it? Anyway, I got Cursed Body by that Gengar, so I won't be able to use Psychic again, so I went for a Rain Dance here. So I've got that Rain going to help my team out, or a lot of my Pokemon really benefit from that. And now Gengar is going to be, it's a Sucker Punching Gengar. That's pretty cool. So that's the end of my Psyduck. Next Pokemon we got is the ginormous Surskit. I've got that Swift Swim flowing, and I can go for a Mud Slap. However, Gengar's going to swap out here, and we've got next Pokemon coming out, which is going to be Charizard. Oh, they predicted my Mud Slap play. I guess that was just a lucky swapping. Man, Charizard in the rain. What's going to happen here? So swapping out my Surskit, I can't do anything against it. And I'm going to go into the Chewtle. So, the mighty Emperor in the rain. Man, I see what they're trying to do here. So I'm going to go for Liquidation. This will easily take out Charizard. However, Charizard is going to remove the rain and set up the sun. So I was interested to see how much this would do. And it still is a 2 KO. I got some solar power damage. They really, really did try for that solar power Ember KO. But I'm not getting disrespected, right? That is the end of the Charizard. So we got 4 more Pokemon left here. Chewtle does its little victory roar there. Next is going to be the Buizel. So I believe there was a team the other day that they used that had some of these Pokemon. Maybe not all of them, though. I don't remember, like, Muck and Charizard and Gengar. Maybe I'm wrong. I remember Bronzong and Hypno then. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the Chewtle. If you can let me know if you can guess this theme team as well. You should be able to guess that. Oh, maybe you won't. It could be quite specific. Anyway, so swapping in the Surskit, good damage here on the Bronzong. I got some nice bug buzz. I was actually hoping for a special drop there, but I was still happy with the damage I got. So Bronzong is going to go for Confuse Ray. Surskit is confused, and I went for Mud Slap. Now the reason I went for that, I wanted to see whether it was heat proof or levitate, and well, that answered my question for sure. So here comes a Flash Cannon, and Flash Cannon's not doing a lot. So clearly Bronzong doesn't have a Psychic move. So I'm pretty good here. All I've got to do is land maybe like 1 or 2 more Bug Buzzers. So I got another Bug Buzz off there, which is really cool. It does have Psychic, so maybe they predicted me to swap there. Anyway, I don't know how I lived that one on 4 health. This Bronzong is definitely a bulky set. It's got everything in like investment and bulk. And I managed to get through all the confusion there and take out the green shiny Bronzong. You could probably say that Bronzong is like a bell, right? But it's been sitting there for a long time, so it's got like, I don't know, it's like rusted over time, or it's got like moss, or I don't know, some stuff growing on it, right? It kind of makes sense. And metals can go that color. They can go that green color. I think like, is it like copper that can go that green color? They can discolor like that. Anyway, so I'm going to be going for a Rain Dance here because I thought the Gengar may try and pop me off with that little Sucker Punch, and I actually snap out of confusion here, and I went for Mud Slap on the Gengar. It didn't really do a lot of damage to it, but I was hoping for maybe a miss here on Sucker Punch, and it didn't happen, sadly. So that is the end of the Surskit. So bye-bye, Surskit. Next Pokemon is going to be Barboach. I've got Earthquake on this, which will, any of the moves will take out Gengar at this point. Now Gengar is going to go for Endure. Now, the only thing I can think that it's got Endure for is either a combination of Curse Body or Destiny Bond, I guess. And, of course, Earthquake is going to get Curse Body. I'm like, all right, that's fine. At least I can go for a Waterfall there. Oh, damn, that was a rough play. So, Gengar got hit in a... that was a very mean spot to, Waterfall your opponent. Next Pokemon is going to be Typhlosion. Now, Typhlosion is going to be very, very weak to an Earthquake here. Or a Waterfall. I went for the Waterfall because I thought I might be able to get a flinch going. I did not get a flinch, and Typhlosion goes for a normal Terra Blast. Barboach somehow hangs on there. I didn't think I'd actually live that. And now we've got a Terra from the opponents. I'm like, I guess they didn't want a Terra right away, and they've got Terra Grass. I'm like, I see. So Terra Grass is a very, very big threat for this team for sure. So wait for another Waterfall here. I mean, Waterfall and Earthquake both would have been resisted. Here comes Terra Blast Grass, and obviously Barboach is going to be fainting to that for sure. That would have been 4 times super effective. So bye-bye Barboach. I guess they didn't want to use their Terra maybe right away. They wanted to save it for maybe my next couple of Pokemon. So we've got the Typhlosion Grass swapping out. I went into Finneon because Finneon actually has Ice Beam. Sweet Gums Hypno, it's going to, well, it doesn't really matter that it's got Sticky Web. It's not a very fast Pokemon. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some Ice Beam damage here. It pretty much does nothing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a Freeze Axe here. This will be fun. So I got a crit, which was really nice. And then I got a Freeze Axe. Like, wow, that was super, super lucky. I've been actually getting pretty lucky with Freeze Axes lately. I've had this good little period of actually getting them. So I thought, you know what? Let's go for a GLT here. I'm going to see if I increase my speed, and I might be able to beat that Typhlosion too if I can get around this Hypno. Hopefully it stays frozen right. So unleashing a not a Hyper Beam, a Hydro Pump, a Hyper Pump. Yo, that would be a really cool move. Hyper Pump. What would Hyper Pump even be as a move? That sounds like maybe a fighting type move. Hyper Pump. Man, Game Freak, if you're listening, you can use that. You got my permission. Anyway, so we're going to go for a Terra here. Finneon. This is a Terra Ground here. This is probably a useless Terra, I would say, because I say that I'm going to outspeed the Typhlosion, and then I should be able to take it out with an Ice Beam. So I went for the Terra Ground, and that is going to be enough of the Typhlosion. It's going to faint to Ice Beam, and that's the end of the battle too. Hope you enjoyed the Baby Water Pokemon team. We may be back with another one of these ones next week or something like that. Peace out, people. I'll catch you for Stadium 2 later on.